Hello there! In this week's video, I've decided to do something different. It's a new old kind of video. It is specifically made for new people that might have missed my older episodes of our Embarrassment Parade series, or the old viewers that might want to rewatch my old videos in a new and easy to digest format. And yes, I know, I am a lazy and just reusing my old content to make a new content. Trust me, I don't like that either, but I gotta keep posting to get that monetization someday. Trust me, I need that money. So hopefully you can find some value in today's video, and I don't want to hold you for any longer. Let's get into this already. Like and subscribe.
Rich people just don't fuck with you guys because you suck and you're weird and you never hold your word to yourselves. And you ain't rich because you ain't done shit. Like, you haven't even committed long enough in anything to even have any money. So why the fuck would they even fuck with you? I mean, I fuck with everyone because I don't give a fuck about money. I care about people. I care about relationships.
No, Wes, the only one who is weird in here is you. Have you looked in the mirror recently? I would not put people into categories in the first place. It's stupid. Rich people don't F with us? Bro, that generalization is so off the charts, like I just don't know how to answer. Okay, first of all, Wes is not rich. Yes, he has much more money than most of us because he's scamming his audience, but he's not rich. It's my personal opinion. So Wes is just weird, not because he's rich. Secondly, there's rich people that talk to poor people and vice versa. Jesus, those generalizations are so stupid. Believe it or not, people talk to each other on all levels of their financial situation. I bet you money on that. Hell, you can see all kinds of people with all kinds of other people. And thirdly, Wes, shut your face up. You don't care about money? Your whole image is about money and you care about people? You abuse people constantly, you two-faced scumbag. Just get out of here.
Tell me, what do you see? Do you see the warrior inside of me? Do you see the man that's been through battle?
Yeah, I see the warriors that's been through battles with in mental institution after banging that wall with his head for way too long. Sorry, I just could not do one of those clips from our favorite beating back of Alpha Male universe, the one and only Queen Azoulay. But as always, crazy quotes with crazy imaginary stories are all shot to make people talk about him. And although I do believe that he's somewhat of a dum-dum, still it's a good strategy for growth on internet, I guess. Look what this kind of talk did to Andrew Tate. The funny face man blew up like crazy. Although Tate managed to create a cult following, of course, he's definitely smarter than Ben.
No, what's the sad truth about reality? Nobody gives a fuck about you. Even on a plane, they tell you if the plane is going down, first thing that you do is you put the oxygen mask on yourself before you even put it on your own child. That's a lesson. How are you going to save anybody if you can't save yourself? Always worry about yourself first.
Okay, Mr. Ali, I see where you're going, and there is truth to that, but not all of it. Let me explain. First of all, yes, nobody really cares about other people that they don't know, and that is the fact. Secondly, a lot of people care about you, your mother, your close relatives, your closest friends, your dog, and on and on. Just use your common sense and please don't make such a big generalizations. Like, yes, it's applicable, and I mean, what you say is applicable to people that constantly think that people around them are looking at them and it's making them insecure and worried all the time. But in reality, everybody just always in their own heads and don't really care. It's 95% of us. Now about airplane trick, you know, when I was younger, I tend to think the same. Like, why would you put a mask first on yourself rather than your children? Oh, the airplanes got it all wrong. No, Mr. Ali, you put your mask on yourself first to make sure that your child gets one. Because if the plane starts to crash and you pass out from oxygen deprivation, your child is good as dead. So they always say to put the mask first onto yourself, so then you can safely put a mask on your child. It's really that simple.
What kind of full-grown adult deliberately, not on accident, deliberately eats sushi? I caught my brother ordering sushi to the house. People, there's no power in sushi. Now I say this to people, and they go, "What's your problem with sushi?" That's told you. There's no power inside. You're eating food for power. There's no power in sushi. How do you know?
What, Andrew? Are you out of your mind? No, I mean, I understand gotta say nonsense to get attention, especially with funny head and face like you have, but come on. I mean, look at Queen Azoulay. What he's saying is so stupid and unbelievable that it's actually funny. What are you saying right now is just plain stupid and doesn't make any sense at all. Your brother is a dum-dum. I mean, we know that. The dude pretended to be a slayer while being low charisma Tate discount clone, but whatever. There is no power in sushi? What are you saying, my man? It's so stupid it's hard to swallow. How is the food type that you are eating supposed to identify you or whatever? Bro, this argument is so stupid, like I could not believe anyone with a straight face could come up with something like this. And also, we eat food to survive, you dummy.
That everybody I get on the phone with, everybody I'm on a meeting with, I don't care where they're starting, I believe that it's divinely planned that I'm supposed to help that person. I think it was a post or a reel about this, and it said, God's going to give you the business idea, and then God's going to give you the clients. So that's how I look at what I'm doing. And I always had a rule since I was 16 years old. I said I'd never sell anything I wouldn't buy. And I stuck to those core principles, and now I'm making more money than I can make.
Yeah, I bet you money he believes that with everybody he gets on the phone with is a total moron for paying his dumb their hard-earned money to learn to be a fake scumbag pubes haircut dummy. In his head, he's divinely planned to scam the dummy so he can be rich and successful. Great. He's supposed to help that person to get rid of his money. Sorry, you can't make this up. You know, I wish he was speaking about some sort of legit business consultation or something like that. Like some businesses do consultations to other businesses. If it was like this, then what he was saying on this video would be a decent talk, but he's speaking about scamming and faking. And please don't forget that haircut. So yeah, my guy, chill out. You're just another Peg Watson clone, just much younger and better looking, especially with a new and better haircut.
Fucking talk about alpha man, beta man. It's all because of all fucking men on this planet has become fucking beta man. 90, 100 years ago, nobody knew what the fuck alpha man means. Because what is an alpha man? It's very simple. It's a man with an opinion. It's a man with a moral fucking cage. He knows what is right. He knows what is wrong. And he has himself inside of that cage. He does what is right. He doesn't do what is wrong. No matter how hard the right thing is and no matter how easy the wrong fucking thing is. And that is what is being a fucking alpha male. He doesn't follow somebody because he's not lost. But nowadays everybody just became fucking beta. Everybody wants everything, but they have no fucking courage to go.
If being the peacock that yells on the camera and that cannot stand on one place without moving his body with sunglasses on, and body that is completely roided out means being the alpha man, then yes, I'll take it and be a proud beta male till I die in my late 90s instead of dying in the 40s because of abusing performance enhancing drugs. 100 years ago nobody knew what alpha man is, and then what? First, why say 100 if you could have just said 9,000 years ago? Bro is probably saying that to make it sound bigger than it is, or to make himself sound smarter or something, and then just abruptly switches to his usual nonsense. So let's break his trash talk down together. Alpha man is the man with the opinion and a moral effing cage. The man that knows what is right and knows what is wrong, and he has himself inside of that cage. He does what is right and doesn't do what is wrong, no matter how hard the right thing and how easy the wrong thing is. And he doesn't follow somebody because he is not lost. Got it, Mr. Alpha Male. Now let's see. Our Mr. Alpha in here has no opinion because he's doing the same bullcrap that every second alpha male does. Moral cage is non-existent because this man scams his audience. So given that this clown doesn't know what right and what is wrong, next. Oh yes, he hides himself inside some sort of metaphorical cage. Non-existent in this individual because he does literally what every other alpha scumbag does and advertising this on the internet. Next, he's doing what is wrong obviously, and he does what is easier not harder because building a legit business is way harder than a trash course selling alpha bullshit mentoring directed on lost men. And lastly, this guy is literally a copy of other alpha mentors on the market, so he does follow other alpha males and trends. So given all that, our supposed alpha male in here according to his own definition of alpha male is a beta fuck. Congratulations my guy, you officially just exposed yourself. Great job.
Walk into a place, see a group of guys, go up to one of the guys, smack him in the head. The other boys go, "Hey, bro, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? Relax. We'll call the police." What do you mean, relax? Everybody gets beat up. Everybody gets knocked the fuck out. Everybody's going to sleep. Once everybody's asleep, then I ask what happened. It's my boy. Someone fucked with him? There's no way. I'm not going to stop. Everybody's going to sleep.
You walk into a room, see a group of guys, you keep walking to whatever you were walking and shut the F up. Bro, Queen Azoulay went wild with this one. First of all, you don't just walk up to people and smack them. I mean, you could, but then you would probably get your funny face smashed like a potato since I dubbed you or a fighter or something. Secondly, even if you do know some old kung fu style bullshit or fighting style, you still get your butt handed to you because no one on this planet believes anything you say. But for real, you smack anyone, you're gonna get sued. And for a good cause. This kind of advice is stupid if you live in a developed country. Like I get it, if someone did something to a friend or relative of yours and you want to help or to even things out, I get it. Be a good friend or relative, but don't just go assault people. Like I said, actions like this dumb saying in the developed country will get you sued at least, and for most you'll end up in jail or prison or get yourself badly injured. There is so much that can go wrong. It's just not worth to put your life on the line for payback like this. Now what you could do is talk or sue the one that did harm. Bro, in USA you can get paid so much money if you got a good case on someone, and it's all lawful, so you can get a bag if you sue your enemy instead of hurting and going to jail. Now, I know we as men can get the feeling that we have to protect and get violent. Sometimes there is just no other way, I get it. Really, I've been in fights too. But what I'm saying is that you always gotta try to think before you act, as your actions can have lasting effects on your life. But I mean, we're speaking about our Queen Azoulay in here, so of course he's lying through his teeth. But if there's any lesson that we can gather from this clip, it would be that think before you act.
Rooms and how you walk anywhere says a lot about a man. It says a lot about your confidence. See, as soon as you step into a room, how you walk determines how people are going to perceive you. I want them to perceive you as this confident, high status dude. So today, I'm going to show you how to walk.
No and no and no. Here we have another Mr. Alpha Male that might be not as bad as others on this list, but we got him here for one and one reason only. What he says is just not as important as he preaches, in my personal opinion. Let me explain. Like I discussed in my previous video. Oh, by the way, here's the part 1 on the top right corner of your screen of our embarrassment parade, where I talk that nobody really cares about you because most people focus on themselves on most times instead of other people around them. So yes, by making people believe that they're among other stuff that they have to constantly monitor in their daily behavior to look alpha, they also have to think about how they walk. By saying that, I believe, Mr. High Status Man, you are doing your audience a disservice. Life is complicated enough as it is. We don't need other things to worry about, and also we don't need to pretend to be confident so people see us that way. Bro, if you're not confident as it is, your walk won't make a difference, because if you be walking all that confident, it's going to look fake and people see that stuff from miles away. And I'm not just saying that out of my you know what. I'm saying that because I've been there, done that. When I was like 18, 19 years of age, I was all pretend to be an alpha or whatever, and that even though it did fool some people and people believed me, but at the same time I was miserable inside because I was faking myself. And in the end I just had mental breakdown, and guess what? After I stopped pretending, my life got so much better and easier on my psyche. I am a much happier person now while walking on the street as a fat whale than when I was 19 and walking like my stuff doesn't stink. Also, remember one thing, my dear viewer. You don't need to pretend. You can get confidence, and I'm talking real confidence by working on yourself. Start working out. By the way, gym changed my life drastically. Start a project or business. Go do some real martial arts training and your confidence will skyrocket. Trust me on this one, and then you won't have to pretend or think about how you walk or talk to people. Because if a person is truly confident, it really shows from outside. People see that and people will perceive you as a one confident mother cracker.
When it comes to attraction, how would you differentiate what the average person thinks of attraction? Well, I can just answer this. It would probably be things like symmetry, healthy hair, maybe like a tan, but what are all the factors considered in kind of your community?
So it's a huge numbers thing. It's really autistic, but everything is about numbers, right? And measurements. So that could be the measurement of your eyes based on, the width of your zygos, and relativity. That could be your mid-face ratio, right? So the distance from your eyes, to the outer part of your lips, and this is supposed to be 1-to-1, your mid-face. The facial width, right? The width of your jaw relative to the width of your cheekbones. There's just all these different numbers, and then it gets you what's called a harmony score, right? So you take all these different measurements, you do the math, you check it out on your face, and then we're gonna get a percentage harmony score. And that's kind of a good way to determine your looks, but there's also other factors that play into things like how dimorphic you are, like how masculine you look, and how angular you are, how lean you are, and how good your coloring is, right? If you have blue eyes, if you're tan, things like that. So there's a lot of different factors, and it's just something you kind of understand intrinsically once you've been in the community for a long time.
Right off the gate, this clavicular guy is either deeply insecure or has psychological issues, or does it all for fame. It's clearly obvious that guy is good looking. He doesn't need all that nonsense that he's doing to himself. All that measurement nonsense he's speaking is so nuanced that it has no place in the head of a healthy mind. First things first, people have different taste. Yes, there is definitely universally objectively beautiful people, and that is the fact. But guess what? Even then, there will be people that will find those chads unattractive, because because beauty is in beholder's eyes. Then this all looks maxing movement is somewhat stupid. And it's stupid not because taking care of yourself is bad or stupid. No, it's actually a good thing, but it's stupid when it's taken to the extreme, like jawline surgery or high surgeries or mewing or some other stupid stuff. Don't get me wrong, you can improve your appearance drastically. Get in shape, lose some weight, take care of your skin, get a fresh haircut, and this one is crazy important, and I'm talking from experience in here. Just getting a clean cut can drastically improve your appearance. Buy some cologne that smells good and dress well, and here you go, you are now a good looking mother cracker. But if you want to get girls and get really good at it, my dear viewer, listen to this old man's advice. Get charisma. That's literally a game changer. I've seen that it's much more important than looks. I have a friend that slept with so many girls I can count, and he's somewhat ugly duckling, but he's so charismatic that he can get away with it. So if you want to improve anything that truly matters for girls, trust me on this one. Charisma is all you need after you improve your appearance as well, as I've said before. So stop, if you do, listening to mental people like Clavicular and get good with your social skills and basic self-care, and
Your
you'll
back
be
against
fine.
the wall is not fun. Does it require me to have pain when I put my back against the wall? Yeah, but it also requires me to have pain whenever I'm hitting low standards. And people say, yeah, but we're saving money. Okay, let's do some simple math. How much money would you save if you made 150 grand in revenue a month? How much money would you save if you made 500 grand in revenue? A lot more money, right? So how do you take a human being and physically get them to run the revenue numbers that they're capable of running, but that they're not running? There's only one way. You've got to put their back against the wall. But nobody can put your back against the wall. Only you can do it, which makes it the hardest thing ever, which means I have to intentionally know that I'm putting myself in an uncomfortable position because I know what I'll become.
Blah blah blah. Low standards make 150k a month and you don't have to save as much. Bro, shut your face up. It's literally another sales pitch wrapped into a nice real talk message. First of all, it doesn't matter how much you make. You still save even if you are rich, because by saving and being smart with your money, you stay rich and get even richer over time. For that, I can suggest reading books, not listening to some alpha mental bullshit advice. Secondly, what this donor is saying, and in plain English, I would translate his message. Buy my course or program, because it costs a lot, and going by my message would put yourself against the wall, into an uncomfortable position. You will pay me for bullying you, I will talk typical alpha guru nonsense to you, you would waste your time and money and probably won't achieve anything, but it's the part of the challenge. You always have to put yourself into that position to get good in life. Put your back against the wall so I can get rich, and if you fail, well, then it's your fault. You didn't put your back against the wall enough, so buy my another course so I can milk you for as long as possible. Gentlemen, it's good to go and pursue the hard things in life, but do it yourself. Don't pay some Andrew Tate, Grant Cardone clones to teach you how to get rich.
C students are generally the ones that hire A students because C students are risk takers. They're not overly analytical. I was a C student personally in engineering school, and I make 7 figures a year. When you make very good grades in school, A students, you become very risk averse because you've been trained and conditioned to get the right answer. You want to make sure that everything is perfect, and that's not how the business world works. Business is all about risk taking. Failure is actually a huge component of success. The C students, people like me, hire the A students to do the analytical work while we run the business.
Bro, not this again. Oh, I had already discussed that nonsense in my video about Queen Azoulay. Also, if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link at the right top corner for Azoulay video. So, I want to get to the point straight away right now. Those clowns say that F students, C students, or just in plain English said those failed academically people are more likely to succeed, or as our alpha said, C students hire A students, and they say that because those academically weak people are their target audience. Think about it. Would a successful and well-educated person watch those people's content? Exactly. They would not, and definitely would not buy a course from them or coaching. So those alphas say that nonsense because it gives hope to failed academically people and then sell them a dream. It's my personal opinion, I do fully believe that is why they say that nonsense. Also, studies actually show otherwise. On average, people that are well educated succeed more in life than those people with poor education and bad grades, so something to think about. Of course there are exceptions, and yes, there are people that were failures in school but later in life succeeded like crazy, got rich and all of that stuff, but that is definitely an exception to the rule rather than a fact. As always, you gotta look at statistics first and the bigger picture. So save your money and get education, please, and don't listen to those con artists.
So first up, let's talk about the most common reasons why your face looks round, chubby, fat in the first place. Number one, one is water retention. Number 2 is inflammation from a bad diet. The third reason why your face looks fat is it's actually fat. The fourth reason you might look fat is bad sleep. And the fifth reason, common, is lymphatic drainage slowdown, all right? If you are not experiencing good circulation or you're not moving, a lot of times the lymphatic system will drain slower, and our face is one of the first places that it shows.
It is all about fat. Mr. Alpha M, the founding father of the whole movement. I remember watching his videos like 10 years ago when I was like 20 or 22 or something along those lines. And I have watched a lot of his videos and listened to his advice, and even bought some self-care routine products from him or his sponsors because he's so good at marketing. But that me 10 years ago is gone, and now I am much smarter and cautious when it comes to listening to any advice or sales pitch on the internet. Also, I want to make it clear that this particular influencer is not exactly a bad influence on people. He's just incredibly good at sales and talking. The guy is human with charisma, no hate in here. So if you watch the whole video and I had just showed bits and pieces, if you did, you notice that this video has a lot of fluff, and let me tell you from my personal experience, and trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Here's the proof also, and throughout my life I gained and lost weight so many times I don't even remember how many. So if you want your face to look good and chiseled, just focus on losing weight. That is pretty much it. Don't complicate the process, just lose overall body weight and your face will 100% look better. No matter if your face has a good chin or great cheekbones or whatever, you will look better with any facial structure you got. And that is pretty much it, seriously. Our Alpha M Mr. video is full of fluff to extend video length and to put paid advertising in it, which is nothing wrong with it, of course, since I do as well try to make my video at least 8 minutes long. But if you want to take anything out of my ramble, take this fact: lose body fat and it will make your face more lean and defined, and ignore the rest.
Have you ever wondered what it looks like from the side when you take a seat at the dinner table? Most of you will be leaning over the chair, pulling it over, then coming in and make it look effortless. Take that chair, serve you. How does it look?
No, I had never wondered how I look when taking a seat in public from the side, because I am not stupid or insecure, and because I don't need to talk nonsense and trash my brain and my viewers' brain for the praise of algorithm and to spur the conversations and baiting for comments for promotional reasons. Now I know I am old news with this clip, but friends, I just could not skip this one because it's so stupid it's actually funny. Now, as I said a million times in my previous videos, those dum-dums say that kind of crazy and outlandish stuff to get attention. I am the proof. They make stupid videos, people like me react to them, and it boosts their views and they get famous, which in the end makes them money basically. Always remember, any publicity is a good publicity. So to not stay for too long on this one, I'm just going to say this: ignore this dummy, make fun of him, and don't pay him a single cent. He's plain ridiculous and not worth your time, only if you decide to troll him, of course. I mean, he's probably counting on that, and that was his plan all along, or he's just plain stupid, or maybe not.
Well, I'm just
whatever.
leaving Universal Studios. I haven't been here in years. But you know, America used to be the home of the free and the brave. Now America is the home of the fat and the... Everybody's absolutely ugly. It is absolutely sad how fat, how ugly, how fucked up they all look. Crazy colors in their hairs, crazy makeup for the women. All these BBLs bullshit, and they got a fucking belly hanging out. They're fucking wearing a little tiny shirt. I had to leave early just because I want to puke. I can't believe how many wastes of space people there is in this fucking universe, especially in the United States. What the fuck?
Our favorite beating back, Queen Azoulay, with another incredibly stupid and outlandish claim. Man, I love reacting to this guy. It's so easy to disprove and make fun of him that I cannot help myself in trying to put him in every single video that I make. Let's break it down, shall we? First of all, how can you say that America is ugly? What authority do you have to say that? Have you seen yourself in the mirror? Mr. Ben, you are one weird looking mothercracker, honestly, and the fact that you are in shape and full of roids, in this clip at least, doesn't make you look any beta. You truly are a very average looking man. Now to react to your claims, why do you even care? Bro, just look after yourself and forget about others. People in America have a right to live the life they want to live. Why do you even get into that business in the first place? Now you say that people are a waste of space? Bro, you cannot be real. If anyone in America is waste of space, inland and online, it is you. You are a convicted rapist. You are a scammer. You're a liar. What are you even talking about? And I personally don't believe he's rage baiting people to make them talk. I legit believe he thinks that way, and that is very sad actually.
Yourself an alpha male? Absolutely not. So you're a beta? Absolutely not. Then what are you? I'm a sigma male. A sigma male is a male who has the properties and characteristics of alpha male, but does not involve or engage himself in the hierarchy of alpha male dynamics. They are strong, they are confident leaders, they are loyal, they are providers, they are protectors, but they sit outside the typical structure of an alpha male. An alpha male needs people below him in order to be alpha and feel the way he does. He needs the other in order to be in that exalted state. A sigma male operates on his own accord and on his own volition. He doesn't need a hierarchy of men underneath him in order to feel powerful and feel in alignment with his purpose or his direction. That's the main difference between an alpha male and a sigma male. They may look the same, they may have the same confidence, the same leadership skills, but they operate in different tiers of social hierarchies. Do you know where you stand? Do you know what kind of man you are? Ladies, what do you prefer? Alpha? Sigma? Beta?
Nah, bro, guess what? You're just a man, believe it or not. Now, I wonder who comes up with those definitions. It gives me the vibes of astrology. If you're like that, then you're this sign. If you're acting like that, then you are the sigma, beta, alpha male. Besides, I find it to be very convenient to describe yourself as all of that makes an alpha male, but being different. Something seems like you, my friend, trying to stand out. It really seems to me that way. Oh, being an alpha is kind of cringe these days. Then I'll be a sigma so I don't get too much heat. Now, to break all this nonsense, bullshit or trash, there is no alpha, sigma, beta, and other prototypes in existence. There are only personal characteristics and nuances to any individual. That's what makes us all different and unique. Don't fall for this nonsense created by some incels down in the basement of their parents' house. Don't put a label on yourself, because if you do, then you are basically limiting your worldview overall. Think about this way, right? In astrology we have what, 12 signs? Now guess what? Read all of the characteristics of each sign and try with an open mind to apply bits and pieces from every one to yourself. And guess what? Yes, you will find yourself in every and each sign that there is. Some were more, some were less, but every sign will apply to you in some way. That is the con in essence. Same with all of that alpha, beta bullshit.
3 8-hour days in a 24-hour period. So if you're going to get 8 hours of sleep, bro, you got 16 hours to spend time with your family, to launch a business, to make money, to get your health and fitness dialed in. That's a lot of time. It's just you might be spending some time, screen sucking. I suggest you use that better. Or watching sports for 2, 3, 4 hours on the weekend because you're like, well, I work so hard during the week. I want to decompress watching sports. There's better things you could be doing.
Bro, life is not only about spending time with family, creating a business and making money with getting a pump in the gym. Although spending time with family is beneficial and can be a good thing in long term, it doesn't mean you gotta do this every day. Now there is always better things you could be doing, but there is also a burnout factor and life enjoyment factor. Let me give you an example, right? Check this out. As I've said in my previous videos, I work on my videos throughout the week, like 5 days in a week, completing small segments every day. And so far I've been able to post regularly every Friday or Saturday. Guess what? Like 2 months ago, I've already burned out and I was putting much less effort into my content. Until recently I got so much love from my viewers that the fire ignited once again. So what I'm trying to say is that work is good, creating stuff and all of that, but it doesn't mean you can take breaks. If I would have worked all day every day without taking days off to play Project Zomboid, for example, or drink a beer, I would have already given up. But you need that time to recharge and disconnect from work or projects or anything. Get that big brain of yours a day off and the next day you would feel much better. Watch that TikTok of football and enjoy your life instead of working constantly. No money can buy happiness if your whole life is work.
No, I'm gonna work with the Oi, Baca.
Oh my. Sorry I had to put you through this. Now why did I choose this clip, you might ask? I'll tell you why. It's because for some reason I find it so cringe I decided to torture you as well. Like why should I suffer by myself with this, you know? Alright, no hating here. Just a cringy video by our youth. Also I'm legit curious, my viewers. Am I that old that I'm the only one who cringes like hell from videos like this? I legit wonder if there's people that do cringe too when seeing content like this. So please let me know down in the comments what you think and if you do cringe or not. I really need to know.
Men die much younger than women and also out of heart attacks. Every time that the man releases, there's so much pressure that is coming up and his heart is pumping extremely hard to release that after many years of doing it, you get heart attacks. Now you guys will think about it and say, well, you know what, King, this one doesn't sound right to us. But if they're studying show, and we know in every Bible that semen retention is the best thing for you, and it holds your power and actually makes you stronger and gives you luck, now we know that it prevents you from having future sicknesses or any sort of heart attack.
Oh, and as a sort of tradition, at this point, we finish our show with the dumbest and funniest clip for our favorite beating back, Queen Azoulay. Now, I found this clip to be very stupid and nonsensical, and let me explain why. Also, just before we break down this dummy, why the F he has a gun in his sports pants? Looks stupid as hell to me personally, and the gun pointing inside his pants? Is it supposed to be held in a pistol holder in this way? Who knows, let me know too, I'm curious. Now to the point, why men die younger than women on average? According to Harvard Health, men on average die younger than women due to a mix of biological factors like chromosomes and hormones, also lifestyle choices such as increased risk-taking, like men are more likely to engage in dangerous activities, reckless driving, extreme sports, violence, leading to higher rates of accidental death. Men are more prone to smoking, drinking alcohol, occupational hazards, because men usually do dangerous jobs and lower engagement with preventative healthcare. Globally, the gap is about 5-7 years, with men more likely to die from heart disease, accidents, suicides, and substance abuse. And there is a ton of factors, and it's well researched, so you, Ben, should check it online, alright? Now, the bullshit about getting more heart attacks because of releasing is plain stupid and doesn't even require exposing, because no rational person on earth will believe that nonsense. Once again, Ben is plainly saying stupid stuff to get attention. Now talking about semen retention, right? So Ben is basically talking out of his ass. He heard a story about some athletes like 50 years ago practiced that and then succeeded, Mike Tyson for example, and making a big deal out of it. First of all, there is a ton of studies that disprove all of that nonsense about it, Ben, and nothing of what you said applies to that. At maximum, what you might get out of it is perceived boost in energy, confidence, and focus. Keyword perceive. At minimum, you just worsen your life but not releasing, so lower your life enjoyment. And although it's not dangerous for say, some studies suggest that frequent ejaculation may lower prostate cancer risk, so extreme retention could remove this protective factor. I mean, you really cannot listen to anything that is coming from this man's mouth. He truly are a pathological liar.
It's gonna be one of the first questions because everyone's going crazy about it. You guys, I've been big, I've been small, I've been 265 and ripped. I got out of prison maybe at 195 or 205 and just sucked up, not full at all, arms fucking small but no fat on me. I mean, to go from, with my physique and my genetics, I can go from where I'm at right now, like 220 to like 240 in a week and a half and have it be full and jacked. The thing is it's not my focus. I was never a fitness guy. I was never a bodybuilder. You guys just think that. Everyone just sees in me what they want to see. I was always just living my life. And I'll always want to be ripped. I'll always want to have size. I'll always do what's right at the time. But you guys, the one thing you ever have to ask, the one thing you need to know, if they don't ever ask about your physique, if they care about you, or if they're talking shit, they go like this. Hey, how do you feel? And if you say, I love it, they should say, me too. And if they say anything else, they're f***ing hating. That's all you need to know.
Ah man, the end of the year is definitely somewhat of a special occurrence. Like we have so much cope going around in this video, it's insane. So breaking down this clown's statements, right? His whole image was about working out, being jacked and rich and rare, and now since he's off the roids for any reason possible and shrinkled like hell, he's coping so hard when people call him skinny. So I want you to understand this. Wes is a pathological liar, just like Queen Azoulay is. When he says that gym was taking too much of his time, it's all bullcrap. When he says that gym was never his thing, it's bullcrap. Everything he's saying relating to his weight and muscle loss is pure coke. Now, I don't know exactly what was the real reason for him to lose size. It could be stress, drugs, maybe health issues, or whatever, so he had to get off the roids. I just don't know, but what I do know 100% is that something definitely happened, and it was not his choice, because his whole image was based on being big and ripped. So everything he says, and I'm going to repeat it, is a pure cope, because this man cannot just say how it really is. Because if he did, he would break his image up and his business of fooling people. Hope it makes sense.
Wake the fuck up. Guys, my goal in life is very simple. I want to wake every single one of you up and make you realize who the fuck you really are. Because trust me, whatever the world has told you that you are, everything that they have made you believe that is fucking impossible for you, but it's possible for somebody else because of some bullshit fucking reason, some bullshit excuse that you give yourself, or maybe the world has given you that you cannot achieve. What people that you are looking up to achieve is a fucking lie. Trust me, I want you to wake the fuck up and understand that you are the only problem in your own life.
Oh, we love those motivational videos. It was sarcasm for anyone who didn't understand, by the way. But back to the point. So let me translate what this typical alpha male says, right? Here we go. Wake the F up. My goal in this life is to upsell every single one of you and make you buy my stuff. Whatever it could be, so I can continue talking alpha mentor bullshit or get rich out of you dumbasses. Pretty much it, to be honest. Bunch of fluff is said, and it's typical one. Same old story that we hear a million times from other alpha mentors. Nothing new in here. Trust me. Only thing this man wants is to sell you stuff. If he was a real innovator or a decent person, if he really wanted to help people, he would make a real business with real service and then started a charity. Definitely would not talk shirtless on camera.
Introducing Chase! Introducing Top G, Andrew Tate! The referee will get control of this thing. Big right from Tate. Pushing him down. Bobble! Yeah, he got hurt right there with that right uppercut. That was way! The Cobra has never been the king of the jungle! If I'm Andrew Tate here, I'm going to put my hands up and try to walk to him a little bit instead of just trying to fight him off the back. Still, the Misfits Boxing Heavyweight Champion of the World, Chase!
OMG. I mean, the beatdown was so bad, really bad. And he lost to the clown that is so bad it's actually becoming good. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that Andrew was fraud. And this fight just proved why and hopefully open eyes to his fans. Because Andrew is not only fraud in fighting, he is a fraud in everything he does. This was truly a humiliating ritual to someone of Tate's status and his words. To lose to some albeit big but very inexperienced fighter is gotta be very humiliating. Because this fool, his whole career was fitting how he is crazy good at fighting. So my message stands still. Don't follow Tate brothers. They are scam and fraudsters. They will scam you and milk you for every last dime. And since their castle just got destroyed and their reputation, I believe it's time to move on since those clowns are not even worth my time. Also, even Jake Paul gave a better fight to AJ than Tate to this nobody. Just think about that. Oh, what a nuke to one reputation.
Now that I have everyone's attention, there's a secret I'd like to share. You see, everything you guys have seen until now, that was all pre-planned.
And as a sort of tradition at this point, we gotta finish our show with something stupid being said from our most favorite clown of all, Azoulay. So he just recently released a video on YouTube, the one that I just showed you, and I show you just bits since if you want to watch the whole video, the links are in the description. But back to the point. So according to his words, everything he has done up to this point was his plan all along, just like the fact that he got destroyed and humiliated from all sides, just like Tate was, but much worse. He was exposed for a criminal that he is, for his crimes in the past, and for his greed and stupidity with crazy imagination right now. So after all of that, he says it was his plan all along. Right. Let me explain to you, my dear viewer, how this really works. So in the beginning, this clown was trying to get rich by getting into this alpha mentor bullshit on niche. He started getting attention by talking nonsense on the internet, making his name sound bigger than it really is. And he was successful until he started to get exposed hard. His past crimes were brought up and his name was shredded to pieces, as his lies did too. So after taking so much reputational damage, this man decided to lie his way out of this, but he was once again unsuccessful at this too. So his final move as a pathological liar is to make it seem like this was his plan all along. Haha, very convenient, Mr. Ben. He likes to say that any publicity is a good publicity. I wonder why he's not showing us how his mentor business doing right now, because I'm pretty sure after exposing him by everybody on the internet, his business is failing. But what do I know, I'm just a dumb YouTuber with 300 subscribers.
Straight away when a man isn't confident, when they're walking around, looking at the ground, with their shoulders slumped, avoiding eye contact. Instead, next time you're walking somewhere, look straight ahead. Be more confident and follow these rules. Number 1, never hide your thumbs. It makes you look nervous and it also makes it look like you got something to hide. Number 2, start swaying your shoulders when you walk. And number 3, walk with pure confidence. Shoulders back, chin up, and walk as if there's a line going straight for your body.
Oh man, not this again. What about those people like myself that walk around looking at their feet? Am I insecure? Or maybe I'm just thinking? No, you haven't thought about that, right? Because saying generalized things is easier rather than mention nuances. Now, I also want to mention that yes, there's a science to body language and stuff, but also I need to reiterate that if you just be trying to walk confident, it won't work most of the time. The reason for that is that you cannot fake confidence. Like, you need to be already confident to walk comfortably, you know? I've decided to put that video up in here because I hate that sort of content. Like, walk like that, do like this. No, don't overcomplicate a simple walk, just walk like you want to walk. Life is not about impressing people around you. I hate that sort of advice when those alpha lames tell you to do things a certain way to look more alpha. Bro, shut the F up. Like, in real life, nobody really even cares about you because everyone is in their own heads thinking about their own life struggles or thinking about how they are appealing to others. You know what I mean? Don't overcomplicate your life. If you want to become more confident and in the end walk around with more confidence, focus on getting more confident as it is. Like, work out, for example, so you can see yourself actually becoming fit and strong. That would definitely boost your confidence overall. Or focus on making more money or improving your life in the end. Lose weight or anything that can boost your confidence. Don't focus on appearing more confident. Become more confident and the rest will follow.
I'd love to get a little bit more into the self-development stuff because you've been also talking about that a lot recently. I feel like how you have to get fit, how you have to start earning a better living, making more money to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. As somebody watching this right now that maybe doesn't wake up and feel super happy with where they're at in life, what would you recommend they do to start becoming the best version of themselves?
Get in shape. That's the number one thing. I put it in front of making money. I really do. I think that being in shape gives you an advantage in business. I believe that truly. I think people respect you more. I think people look at you and they say, it's like walking discipline, walking strength. Look, it might not be a popular thing to say, but a physical stature on a man when he walks into a room and his ability, like I said, to look you in the eye and body language, it garners respect, and it, in my opinion, can get you further in business. People want to work with people they respect. So fitness.
Yo, those people only care about getting in shape and getting rich. You can make this up. That's all they care for. Why try to better humanity in any way possible, right? Why do all that if you can get a 6-pack abs and 10 wives so you can give them your money? Essentially paying for the ability to not raise a child and then be going around spreading nonsense to make yourself feel better about your old ass. Sorry for the ramble. I just think that life is not only about getting ripped and rich. Like, mother cracker, how much money have you donated to charity in your years? What did you did in life that helped humanity to move forward? What are your accomplishments other than making people stupid and earning you a bunch of money in the process? Sorry, I'll stop now. Now to talk about the video, right? So yeah, it's all good to be in shape, really, but it's not as significant that people like this make it to be. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience. I was fat, I was skinny, I was jacked and lean jacked, all of that, and only difference I've noticed is that when I was lighter, I was getting more attention from opposite sex. Because any person's face would look better if it was leaner. Oh yeah, and also when I was jacked, people kind of walk around me, if it makes sense. Like, more cautious. But it was just my observation. Maybe I made it all up in my head and it's not the truth. Only that I see it this way. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that yes, working out will help you with confidence. And it will make you happier, but it won't change your life drastically, like those alpha males trying to say. It will help you, but don't expect miracles. Gym is something that you do for yourself, for your own health and not for other people. Or for trying to impress them or something. It's also something that you sort of have to enjoy if you you want to do it for a while. Just like anything in your life, you got to enjoy what you do in order to be happy. So if gym is not, skip it and do something more fulfilling for your life. And don't listen to people like this
Mike, and I
guy.
help men kill their weak habits and build an unbreakable character within 90 days. And why am I the right guy to help men with these problems? 10 years ago, I was living a Wolf of Wall Street lifestyle. I had just checked out of my $300 million business and I became a multi-millionaire in the age of 29. In the age of 37, I just got my daughter and I had $1,000 to my name. I've been partying it all away. I've been taking a lot of drugs. I've been living a lifestyle that I absolutely completely couldn't control. I was sabotaging myself. And then at one point, I looked at the background picture of my phone after a 3-day bender and I saw the picture of my daughter and I realized I am not the man that I want my daughter to marry. So I decided to change that once and for all. It took me 2 to 3 years to go through a very, very deep self-centered journey, and I conquered myself on such a level and I came out on the other side with a framework that works. I found a framework that fixes what I call the broken inner systems that you do not know that you are running on. There is a reason why you keep sabotaging yourself. You keep seeking towards that behavior. It's like a pull in you. And with my framework, I will guarantee you one thing. You will never be the same man again. You will be a much better one. So if you're interested in knowing more about my work and the framework, you can just comment with the word framework and I'll send you exactly how I do it and why it works to your inbox.
Do I even need to go on again and translate this advertisement into a real human words message? I mean, at this point I've covered those advertisements so many times and translated them that I got already big fatigued of doing just that. So to make it simple, this is an ad for this dude's coaching business. He searches for vulnerable men, it doesn't matter if they're wealthy or not, just vulnerable people, and upsells them with his stupid coaching. Mind you, the dude is not a licensed professional in any credible field, but just a regular ass dude on the internet. If going by his logic, I can make up stories about my life and sell a course and still being a nobody, but good at making up stuff. Better than Queen Azoulay, of course, because we clearly can see what happens when you can't lie. So also fun story about this guy selling his business at 29 and cashing out, and his business was worth 300 mil apparently. Okay, sure you are, my guy. Then the typical story of $1,000 to my name, from selling a business that is worth 300 mil to $1,000 to his name. Right, that makes complete sense, and absolutely nobody uses that the same story like ever, and absolutely no one who speaks that nonsense is not selling a course online, right? Mind you, this is basically a basic story to get you buy his stuff. Like, first you build credibility to establish yourself as an authoritative figure, then sad story of how you lost it all, which can resonate with his poor viewers, then the rebuilding and becoming successful once again as a proof that even you sucker can do this. So anyone that is not catching a grift falls into it and pays to those grifters.
Tiptoeing through life to make it out safely to death. It's a Sunday. Where am I at? At my own church. The church is the fucking gym. Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't fucking matter. We don't live by the fucking clock. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., we're out here sweating equity. You want to become successful? You want to get this fucking body? Guess what you gotta do? 24 fucking 7, you gotta be training. You gotta be on the diet. 24 fucking 7, you have to work on your craft. Because in order for you to get that house, to get that car, whatever it is that you dream of getting, you gotta fucking work daily. Because nobody's gonna work for you. It's you versus you. You gotta become the hero of your own fucking story. You have to pretend that every single fucking second, somebody out there is watching you, especially the haters, the ones that were saying that you're never going to fucking make it. Put it in your fucking mind. Dream it. Feel the anger of all these people that says you're going to be nothing, and then go out there and fucking make it and show everybody that you can do it too, because you're somebody. Go show them what the fuck.
As a tradition, you already know that we had to watch our most favorite beating back speak. What can I say really? Dude tries to be David Goggins in here, and there is nothing to admire in this video for sure. To get a body like Queen Azoulay has, you don't need to work out 24/7. You don't even need to be on a diet to have a body like this. All you need is a needle and the right compounds and count calories. That is pretty much it. To get that dream house, dream car, you need to be extremely lucky or have a great education. And I'm not speaking about a degree, but more importantly, an understanding of how everything works. Like, this donut knows how the mentor industry works, but he lacks the charisma to be good at it. So yeah, don't listen to anything coming out of this idiot's mouth. It's always a bullshit, and it's very typical for this industry of fooling down in life people.
Relationships that don't help you achieve your goals. Bam. So guys, this could be friends, girlfriends, even wives. It could even be your dog. Whatever's gonna take you off your course is a problem. And I think for most people, they look at life as, all right, this makes me feel good, so I should do this. But in reality, what feels good isn't always right. And I think for most of us, we can all say as men, we might find a girl we like a lot, and she might say, hey, you know what? You traveling to Miami or to New York to follow your dreams doesn't help me, so stay here and, we'll work it out. If you leave, I'll break up with you. And a lot of things happen and are determined by what our girl wants, so to speak. You ever hear the saying, let me ask my wife first? Bro, what's wrong with you? Bro. And again, that's because you're putting her before your goals and your purpose. And what happens is going on that path leads to what? Destruction, because ultimately it's going to be a destroyed relationship. So I would just say avoid things where you can be held back from your goals.
Well, first appearance in here of fresh and fit guys. So glad to see them here. Wanted to include them for a while now, but just never got my hands to it. Now speaking about this clip, and it's a cutout of a larger video about them, but I was too tortured to listen to the whole thing, but definitely have a lot to say about this bit in particular. Let's start from the beginning. I truly do believe that those two guys are menace to society. Maybe it's not as obvious like say Tate brothers are, but it's still unhealthy ideas that are very toxic to the healthy man or a boy's mind overall. I do truly believe that. Now I know some of you can say that they do spit some truth here and there, and yes, I do agree, but overall if you are ridiculize pretty much all of your good and bad ideas to the extreme, you become a cult leader, and I would personally describe their podcast as a cult. Now back to the video, right? He says avoid relationships that don't help you achieve your goals, and it can be everything from your family to your dog apparently. So by their logic, you need to say goodbye to your family or close friends if they, God forbid, don't agree with your goals or what you do in life. And I get it, I really do. There is sometimes a very unfortunate relationships that are bad for you or that can hurt you, but this advice is not about that. No, the way I see it is like this. Ready? I'm going to translate what he's saying. Avoid anyone who says that you are stupid because you're watching us. Anyone who is against your idea to hustle, hate women, and pay you money for a stupid education or one-on-one coaching. Just don't listen to anyone except us. Do you see it? Guess who else does that? Cults. The main idea to get a follower in a cult is to brainwash the person and isolate him or her from other people. So in this case, what those two are saying is sounding pretty much the same to me. And debate me on that in the comments if you do disagree. I legit want to have a discussion about that. So yeah, my dear viewer, you and all of us need to learn to listen to other people's opinion first and then make a decision to listen to them or not and what to do next. So please do hear your close people out and your dog if needed.
Take your shirt off. Come on, Garrett. Take your shirt off, Garrett. Okay, now hold on. Now, Garrett's a killer. Am I right? Garrett, how old are you?
29.
Garrett, does this bother you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it doesn't bother you enough. Because if it did,
I
you
agree.
wouldn't have it. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
I mean it. Now, come on, put your shirt down. We don't need this. You don't need this. You got kids?
Yes, sir. 2 sons.
Okay. This is the last time I want you to take your shirt off in front of a group of people and not be in the shape you want your children to be in.
What Andy did for me is he kept me accountable and he told me that I wasn't being my best self. And there's people in this world that can look at that and they can say, wow, he shouldn't do that to him. This is crazy.
He's being mean.
He's being mean. Or you could use that as a resource and you could tap into that limitless potential that you have inside of you and you could become a fucking animal.
Oh wow, a lot to say in here for sure. First, what is so manly and animal-like about taking your shirt off on stage in front of a bunch of people? That is legit stupid and doesn't even make any sense at all. How are you supposed to be a true man or animal or killer or whatever if primarily what you do is make sure that you are in shape and make sure that you can take your shirt off on stage and look good while doing that? Like what? Do you follow me on that, my dear viewer? It sounds legit weird, but I get it. It's a grift. It's supposed to not make sense to us. Now, what I wanted to talk about and why I chose this clip is because I felt bad for Garrett. He's a grown adult, a guy in a normal shape. Seems like a fine dude, and he had to go on stage with this lunatic and humiliate himself in front of people. Mind you, he's the father of 2 sons, and what kind of example will he give his kids when they grow up and see their dad being told that he's not enough by some bald dude in shape on stage? Later in the clip, we see him being completely brainwashed, and my guess is that Gary had to pay to Andy to be brainwashed by him, and Andy probably taught him some alpha guru nonsense as well, maybe how to become an alpha male guru, so soon we will see another one in their ranks. But anywho, what I'm trying to say is that you don't need another man to make you a better man, or to tell you that you need to work out. Come on, I know sometimes it's hard to motivate yourself, but believe me on this one, and I've been through that. If you truly don't want something, no one on this earth will make you do something that you don't want, so think about that.
There's a powerful message behind this bullet with my name on it. Way more powerful than the bullet itself. You see, for me, when I do things, it's live or die. And I'm not going to encourage you to do anything that I do. I just live life a little bit differently. I'm different. For me, whenever I do something, it's life and death situation. When I got on social media in 2023, I took a bullet and I wrote my name on it. And I said, if I'm not going to be well known and have 1 million followers between my platforms by the end of 2023, that bullet goes right in here. But what crazy is people don't actually try. They don't put deadlines. Why is it called deadlines? Because if you don't do it by that time, rich people, successful people, legends believe that they will die by that time. Whenever you're doing anything, you got to be 1,000,000% in it, or else don't do it at all. And when you think about being successful and you think it's going to be easy, just so you know, there is so much pressure that you're going to be facing. There's so many moments that you feel like you're going to die. But from there, when you're sure that everything is gone and it's all dark around you and you're alone and you're sure that you've been buried, at that moment, you might just have been planted to grow taller and bigger and richer than the rest of the world. But you can't stop. You can't quit. And no, I don't want you to take a bullet and write your name on it. But just know when you do something, the price to quit has to be your life. And if your price is your life, there'll be nothing that will ever be able to stop you. You will win, I guarantee you. Don't let yourself, your parents, and your ancestors down.
And now you already know, we had to save the best for last. As always, our favorite beating bag left some gold for us to talk about. With this time, albeit as always a cringy video, but very interesting nonetheless. From my perspective, what he's saying is a plain bullshit. I mean, as always, what does it even mean? And I mean really, to do things from the perspective of living or dying. Like what? Bro, do you brush your teeth from this perspective too? Like if you wash your teeth bad and forgot a part, what do you do? Stick that brush inside your eye socket? Like what? And yeah, King, we are all aware that you are different and that you live your life differently. Don't worry, we all know that. He's also talking about putting all you got in what you do, and yeah, it makes sense, but don't have to say it like that. Why these motivational videos got to be so extreme all the time? I don't get it. I mean, what he really needed to say is to learn to be disciplined and working towards your life goals consistently. That's it. But I guess you're not going anywhere in today's social media if you're not making a cringy video.
Stupid to have one life that you don't know when you're gonna die, and you somehow think that the smarter thing to do is to try to learn everything on your own instead of learning from the things that people have already done. I do not want to waste time. If somebody understands something more than me, I don't see the benefit of trying to learn it on my own. That is literally a waste of time. I've said this before. The person my dad named me after, Otto von Bismarck, his famous quote was, "Smart people learn from others' mistakes. Only the foolish learn from their own mistakes."
Oh, here we go. Another sales pitch. I see where he's going with this. I really do. Let me start from the beginning. I gotta be honest, some of his videos are plain hilarious and it's sad. Sad that people go looking for help from him and then he makes content out of people that are legit pay him money for life advice and all of that. And I don't know how to feel about it. Like on one hand, those people are so badly down in life that they're looking up to alpha men like this clown, or they are so unfortunate not to be the brightest, let's say that way, that they just don't know any better and are very naive and all of that. Like I just don't know, but it's really sad in the end. Got up the topic in here. So what I was saying is that yeah, that what he says about learning from other people's mistakes is completely truthful and a good advice, but it's taken out of the context. Like he's saying that to increase his sales on his coaching primarily. And funny thing is that his coaching might and probably won't even help you because there is so much variety in people and you can change your genetics. Also pretty much everything legit that you need to know about self-improvement can be found online for free. Like lose weight and take care of yourself, dress better and wear a cologne, or just make sure you don't stink. Done. Girl game is a whole nother topic, and mostly pickup artists or alphas that preach that they know how to move with women are mostly scams, and those people don't know any better themselves. This guy has no credibility outside of his own words. Avoid content creators like him and save your money instead of their coaching for gym membership or a trip to Europe.
Tell me the concept behind Sigma Society.
Sigma Society is basically a download of all the things that I've learned in the last 25, 26 years about women. I want a place where they can go to know that they're going to get the correct answers as to how to approach a woman, how to maintain the power in their relationships, what to do, what not to do, the most common mistakes that guys make. It's about all the information that will save you tons of time, tons of headache, tons of bad results. That is the goal of this. The goal is to put guys in a position of power and to give them the information that they need to have a positive result. And women have tons of resources. They've got tons of manipulation tactics, and there's nobody fighting for the guys. And I want to give guys the correct information, the correct strategies to get what they want.
So apparently this joke has been out in the social media fields, and right now, since he's broke, he's pushing some stupid nonsense product to people that maybe missed the news or are too young to remember how this clown was exposed long time ago. But thankfully I'm here to remind you, my dear viewer, what has happened. In 2020s and earlier, Dan's image was of that crazy rich and successful poker player and playboy that lived a lavish lifestyle and was named a king of Instagram. Somewhere between 2020 and 2022, his image collapsed after it was revealed that his fortune was gone from a trust fund left by his father, and he was renting his lifestyle pretty much and using funds from investments in his company Ignite. So I would not want to go into the whole detailed look at his past. I want today to talk about what is happening right now. So basically, in my mind, the guy, after taking a long break from social media, basically to take a break and wait out the time so people can forget about his scam lifestyle and lies, decided to go back to social media and scam and lie once again, because I do believe that he's going broke at this point, and from my view, he does look like a spoiled child that wouldn't want to put much effort into anything. So what we can see right now is a very lazy and plain stupid attempt to jump back into social media world with stupid program that he's trying to sell, or membership, or whatever. The laziest and most scummy way to make as much money as possible. And we know it is that, because we can see how many scams and fraudsters are out there, or alphas, or whatever you call them. So yeah, avoid anything that is about this guy. He's a complete joke and lies all the time, and it was proven many times before.
I'll just say it. I'd rather be a wolf that everybody hates than a donkey that everybody rides. Some men can't be removed. They're only remade. Remember my quote, never fear fear. Become fear, so fear himself will fear you. Let's go.
Hey, you already know if you're a subscriber, we had to include something stupid being said by someone very stupid, or at least someone who tries to appear very stupid for clout. Queen Ben Azoulay. Oh yeah, another stupid video that is made in my opinion for exact reason that I'm speaking about right now. And others. So basically a rage bait. But sure, be it that way, I'm still going to try to break it down. So what he's saying is that he's rather be a wolf than a donkey that everybody hates. Completely made up quote and a claim, and it's basically a way to explain his fall and reputation loss. Think of it as a way to make it seem like it all was planned ahead of time. Other nonsense about some man that can be removed, to tell you honestly, I don't even know what he means by that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Then never fear fear, become fear, like what? I mean, speaking nonsense like that does makes people talk about you. So I guess he did a good job on that. So yeah, another stupid video with no meaning in it. Whatever.